This will change everything as China is now doubling down on crypto and BRICS nations embrace Bitcoin mining. Now, many folks may ask questions like, what does that matter for me? Why do China and BRICS matter for my crypto portfolio? And for XRP holders, how does that do anything for the price of XRP? I'll be sure to answer all of those questions in this video, but before we dive in, if you're feeling blessed and bullish, comment 777. And if you're going to be the wealthiest person in your family tree, smash the subscribe button. And also, before we hop in really quickly, if you are looking to become a crypto millionaire in 2025, then go ahead and go to bullrunners.com. You can find the link in the description below or in the pinned comment in the comments section. Make sure it's from us. But we're going to show you how to join the early bird list for exclusive altcoin picks, market analysis, and even access to our crypto education inner circle. This is first come first serve. We can only have so many people inside of that inner circle because we do want to answer questions properly and be sure that we're actually focused on our students in the circle. So that said, one more time, bullrunners.com. Again, link is in the description below. Let's get into the video. Hello and welcome to the video. My name is Paul if you're new here. And just as a quick history lesson, China has had an interesting and tumultuous relationship with crypto. Considering they call it the People's Republic of China, it is very dictator-centric. Xi Jinping is their supreme leader, and in dictator type countries, they do like control. So crypto being one of those things that is truly decentralized in many forms and manners, not all crypto, but stuff like Bitcoin poses a major threat to the powers that be in China. However, things are beginning to change. Still, I'll give you a bit of background. Back in 2017 and 2018, crypto exchanges and Bitcoin mining were illegal in China. People spent tens of millions of dollars building up mining facilities only to have the Chinese government come and scrap entire warehouses and even had large graveyards of that hardware, which cost them boatloads of money. Then exchanges were shut down. Then in 2019, Bitcoin experienced a strong pump on a statement from Chinese President Xi Jinping stating, "We must take the blockchain as an important breakthrough for independent innovation of core technologies." Most people assumed he was referring to Bitcoin at the time, but he was actually paving the way for something else. 2021, China declares all cryptocurrency illegal yet again, and at the time they began working on and testing their own CBDCs as early as April. 2022, Bitcoin mining and crypto still illegal. However, miners shrugged it off and mined Bitcoin anyways as production roared back in China despite the Beijing ban on crypto. Well, just the other day, some major announcements came out of China, which we will cover in this video. So to answer the first question, China matters because it's a large player in the world economy, actually the second in terms of global liquidity or GDP, which is forecast to end in 2024 at $18.2 trillion, just behind the United States. Now, this matters because an increase in global money supply is directly correlated to the entire crypto market and specifically Bitcoin and how well it does. In other words, less liquidity equals not good for crypto. More liquidity globally means good for crypto. And right here we have a post from Lynn Alden, who has a research company where she commissioned a research report on this exact topic. And Bitcoin moves in the direction of global M2 83% of the time, which is more than any other asset, even the S&P 500. So let's take a look at the global money supply, and around the world, the money printers are starting to rev up. After a brief hiatus, it won't be long before the US and Europe and Japan M2 charts make new highs yet again. And right here, you can see that the US is on now a new uptrend from its lows in 2023. You can see that China is putting in new all-time highs on their M2 money supply. You can see that Europe is doing the exact same thing. And now Japan is starting to trend down just slightly, but over the long term since 2020, it has consistently risen. In other words, global liquidity across the board in all of these major nations and countries is continuing to increase. And there is an 83% correlation with the crypto market as a whole, which is very positive for crypto, not so great for inflation, which is why you should hold assets that accrue in value or grow in value as the M2 money supply and inflation increase. Then you have articles from the Wall Street Journal talking about how economists warn of new inflation hazards after the election, and ultimately inflation is likely not going to go down if we continue to lower interest rates through the end of this year and into the start of next year. As both candidates have big spending plans, economists, however, say that Trump's proposals carry the greater risk of stoking price increases. To me, that seems a little bit politically motivated. A lot of folks at these major, media outlets don't really lean to the right. So that said, we don't really know. Ultimately, I do believe inflation is either going to remain where it's at or actually increase in 2025, whether or not Donald Trump is in office or Kamala Harris is in office, because the M2 money supply is increasing. Our countries are addicted to spending money, and that's exactly why we need to get away from fiat currency and hold hard assets like Bitcoin and then buy into new, greater technologies like XRP. And even in China, they are cutting benchmark lending rates and easing to push and boost the economy. And here is what the chief economist over at Franklin Templeton had to share about that.
Eventful week, eventful 2 weeks, actually. I don't know that they should shape their portfolio around this. I think there's sort of two things going on, right? But a few things going on right now. Very positive news. Obviously, not having a real big strike in the Middle East was positive, except for oil prices. China's stimulus over the last couple of weeks is very positive for overall global growth.
In other words, China has been printing its way out of this mess alongside lowering interest rates, as economists widely expect the central government to take on new debt at a scale ranging from 1 trillion to 3 trillion yuan, though some say as much as 10 trillion yuan is needed to move the needle. We've already seen markets really start to rally over in China. So not only is this extremely positive for crypto, but now Hong Kong says they will issue more crypto exchange licenses by the end of 2024. Again, this is a global player. The liquidity in China matters for the liquidity in crypto long term. And in this article from Fortune, they basically state that Hong Kong authorities expect to license more digital asset exchanges by the end of 2024. A finalized list of the platforms graduating from a provisional permit to fully licensed will be published by the year end. This will cause a lot of the cryptos that you and I look at and talk about to soar. Now combine that with this post from Jason Smith, who is an American journalist living in China. You can see that China's economy is the world's largest economic engine, and China is still adding more than $1 trillion to its economy per year. Many Western commentators like to write that China's economy is slowing, yet fail to understand the colossal size of China's economy, because China's economy is so enormous. GDP growth will be slightly smaller despite continuously adding trillions per year, and you can see that it is consistently outperforming just about every other major developing country or even the US. So yes, little charts like this actually matter, and that red line right there is the M2 money supply of China, which is consistently increasing and actually outperforming, if you will, other countries. Now, that's not good from a fiat standpoint, but at the end of the day, I don't think we're at the end of this very long run with fiat currencies when it comes to the US dollar, when it comes to the Chinese yuan, when it comes to the euro, or even the Japanese yen. Now, to answer that second question, BRICS nations will stick together and do whatever their biggest player is doing and follow the lead. More money inflows to Bitcoin will drive more money inflows to other cryptos. In other words, if China is going to start doing it, BRICS nations will start doing it too. Matter of fact, they already are, as Russia's sovereign wealth fund is investing in Bitcoin mining and AI infrastructure throughout BRICS nations. So that means all of them, with the idea of settling global trade in Bitcoin, according to VanEck's head of digital assets. And here's that segment from CNBC.
Yeah, it's a non-U.S. asset. It's an emerging markets asset. And while we were all hyperventilating about the election over the last week, BRICS had a conference in Russia. There's 6 new members of BRICS this year. So BRICS GDP is now greater than the combined GDP of G7. Of the 6 new members, 3 of them, Argentina, the UAE, and Ethiopia, are now mining Bitcoin with government resources. So there is tremendous urgency outside of the U.S. to find a way to circumvent the irresponsible fiscal policy that we've been running here in the U.S. In fact, Russia announced an initiative. Their sovereign wealth fund is going to invest in a regional initiative to build Bitcoin mining and AI infrastructure throughout BRICS with an idea of settling global trade in Bitcoin. So look, someday, I don't know if it's 5 years, 10 years, Putin's going to die. We're going to look to reintegrate some of these countries into the world financial system, and they're going to be trading with Bitcoin. What are we going to be doing?
And so now you have a situation that really creates for a lot of this global liquidity to enter the crypto market, and that would enter through Bitcoin and then find its way into virtually all of the other major market cap altcoins. So to answer the third question, XRP is one of the largest cryptos by market cap, currently sitting at about $30 billion. We expect this thing to break out by the end of the year or into the start of the next year with a lot of this global liquidity and as Bitcoin breaks out as well. In other words, XRP typically does really well when Bitcoin does well or shortly thereafter, which I'm going to show you right now. So right here, I have a chart of Bitcoin and a chart of XRP. The purple line is the explosive moves that XRP made. In other words, that is the price of XRP. These little red and green candles are the price of Bitcoin. Now, the reason the purple looks so much more explosive and big is because we were looking at on a percentage scale. At this moment in time, it was up about 1,300% versus Bitcoin's 800%. Okay. However, you can see that the market was very positive and bullish throughout this range, putting in new highs and new higher lows. That said, it created for an environment, although XRP was lagging through this range into 2017 at one point in time because Bitcoin did really well and then went off to its new all-time high over here. Okay. XRP also did the same. And so if I continue to drag the chart over to the right, you can see, again, Bitcoin is continually looking positive, putting in new higher highs, higher lows. In an environment like that, it gave XRP room to breathe and also put in its new and only major all-time high for a 42,000% gain. Now, I don't think that's actually realistic this time around, considering the market cap is far larger now than it was back then. There's far more competition for liquidity amongst other cryptos. At the end of the day, Bitcoin needed to do well for XRP to do well. This is not an easy chart to look at, but it is the chart that proves that they are highly correlated. One needs to go up in order for the order to go up. And if Bitcoin is doing very, very poorly, you can see as Bitcoin was starting to trend down, so did XRP. Well, in similar fashion, here was the pumps in 2020 to 2021. You can see that these candlesticks are the price of Bitcoin. Again, we're looking at the Bitcoin chart. The purple line is the price of XRP. In similar fashion, look at the correlation. Look at how they're trading relatively similar to each other. When one goes up, the other goes up. When one is, sometimes going down, the other isn't. But generally speaking, they're highly correlated. Okay, across the board, Bitcoin put in new all-time highs, and that gave room for XRP to do the same. Now you can see that Bitcoin is putting in new all-time highs well before XRP did. XRP did a little bit later, right over here on April 4th of 2021. And then it put in its all-time high of 2021 around the same time Bitcoin did before they both dumped. So what I'm trying to tell you is one needs to do well for the other to do well. And I'm telling you right now, Bitcoin looks to be breaking out very near its previous range high. So if Bitcoin breaks out to new all-time highs, it's going to provide a lot of room for XRP to do well this cycle. And that's exactly what's going to happen through 2024 to 2025, or at least that's my bet. It's not a guarantee. I don't know the future. I don't have a crystal ball, but I'm pretty confident things are going to look really bullish by the end of the year. So that said, if you are ready to become a crypto millionaire by 2025 or in 2025, I'm not guaranteeing that, again, right? Income disclaimer, if you will. However, we are going to try to help you to the best of our ability. If you join that early bird list to get exclusive altcoin picks, market analysis, and even access our crypto education inner circle, you can do that by going to bullrunners.com. Find the link in the bio or description below, or even in the pinned comment directly from the Bull Runners. Make sure it's the pinned comment from us, nobody else, because I don't want you clicking on random links. There's always a scammer somewhere in the comments. It's very hard to handle. So that said, bullrunners.com. I look forward to seeing you on the other side, my friend. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Goodbye.